We're making up for lost time.
Hello, you're listening to Yesterday Today, the show that brings you the best Yesterday's radio today. I'm your host, Jake Westbrook, and my very thankful co-host here is McLean Westbrook.
I appreciate your introduction of me adapting with the seasons, Jake. It wasn't too long ago I was your spooky co-host back in October, and now here in November I'm your thankful co-host.
Of course. After all, Thanksgiving is less than 2 weeks away now.
Less than 2 weeks? That can't be right.
Well, it is. Take a look at the calendar.
If it's already that late in the month, I need to get on top of my homework if I plan on graduating next semester.
You know, you're not exactly shattering the stereotype of college students procrastinating on everything, McLean.
I know I'm not.
Well, anyway, up on the show today we have, Oh, I'm getting a phone call.
You might try setting your phone on silence while we record the show.
Yeah, but what if it's an emergency? What if it's really important, you know? What if... Never mind, it's just Sydney. Hello?
Panic! Scatter! Run!
Sydney, what are you yelling about?
Maisie's mom is coming for Thanksgiving!
Sydney, we know that already. You told us that like 4 days ago.
Yeah, but I thought she was coming the week of Thanksgiving. She's on her way now. She called me. Her train comes in today, and I'm on my way to the station to pick her up now.
Well, you don't need to panic, Sydney. Calm down. You're going to be fine.
Well, I'm not worried about me. I'm worried about you guys.
What do you mean?
Well, I have to show Maisie's mom where I work. The place needs to be spotless. And also preferably much bigger and more impressive. And maybe you can give me an office. But we can only work on so many things at one time. I need you guys to make the studio presentable.
Presentable? It looks fine. It looks fine the way it is right now.
Oh, no. It may appear fine to you and I, but mothers-in-law are, they're especially sensitive to things like that, you know? You need to completely go over the place. Deep clean it.
Sydney, isn't that your job? I don't think that...
Alrighty, thank you so much. Bye.
Well, McLean, sounds like we have to deep clean the studio.
Oh, don't worry, I know. I heard Sydney shrieking. Any phone call with him might as well be on speakerphone.
Oh, great. While we break out the fine-tooth combs, up first on the show we have an episode of Mark Trail, the case of the poisoned turkeys. So enjoy that. It's our first Thanksgiving episode of the month.
It is the season of Thanksgiving. The time when even the humblest American finds it in his heart to thank God for the abundance he has bestowed upon our forests and our farms. But on a small turkey ranch near Lost Forest, there is no happiness in the heart of one man, James Pilgrim. Standing within one of the pens called a turkey run, he turns to the tall man beside him.
You see, Mark, all dead. Every one of my prize turkeys, dead.
It's heartbreaking, Jim. I know how you feel.
3 years' work, all of it gone. I just don't understand it.
Well, you know how it is with turkeys. They just up and die in flocks sometimes.
Yes, but I never heard of it happening overnight.
No sickness, eh?
None. Every one of those birds was in perfect health.
That's strange.
I didn't know what to do. That's why I called you.
Oh, I'm glad you did.
You've always been so kind to me ever since I came here to this country. It was even you who suggested I take up turkey ranching. But now I'm ruined.
Not entirely, Jim.
Too close for comfort. If I didn't have a field and late wheat and provisions in the house, well, I should become a public charge. And worst of all, perhaps have to go back to the old country.
No, that'll never happen. We'll lick this together, don't worry.
Thank you, Mark.
I'd like to take a few of these birds up to my place and examine them. Maybe we can find out what killed them.
Take what you need. The rest must be buried anyway.
Say, this bird smells kind of funny, don't you think?
No.
It's a very familiar odor.
I can't identify it.
I think I know what it is. Can't tell for sure until I make some tests, but if I'm right, well, Jim, this may be even worse than we think.
What do you mean?
Do you have any enemies, Jim?
Well, I know only a few people here. I don't think I've made enemies of them.
I'm sure you haven't. It makes it even harder to explain.
What is it, Mark?
I hate to say it, but it looks to me as if your flock has been poisoned.
Poison? Oh, no. That can't be.
I hope you're right, Jim. But unless I miss my guess, someone has spread poison all through your turkey run. And if you didn't have any enemies before, you definitely have one now.
Mark, you're so quiet. You haven't said a word in the last 10 minutes.
Thinking, Sherry, just thinking.
Want me to prepare another turkey?
No, we don't have to go any further with our examination.
Well, what did you find out?
Poison, all right.
Oh, that's a shame, Mark.
The most common poison known to man. Rat poison.
Are you sure?
Yes. That's why I recognize the smell of it. It's used around barns all the time.
Well, then perhaps the whole thing is just an accident.
And that's what somebody hoped it would look like. Either that or they didn't care. But rat poison doesn't just accidentally get into a gobbler's food. Not a prepared mash food, anyway.
Oh, I'll get it, Mark.
Well, thanks, Jerry.
Hello? Yes, who's this? Well, who's speaking? Why don't you tell me your name? Wait! Oh, hello. Hello. Oh, that's strange.
What is it, Jerry?
It was a man, Mark, with a very husky voice. He asked if this was Mark Trail's place, and when I said yes, he said, "Tell Mark Trail to forget about those dead turkeys, or something worse will happen to all concerned."
Oh, he did, eh?
Yes. And then he hung up.
So we were right all along. Somebody did poison those birds. And he must have seen me when I visited Jim Pilgrim today.
But, Mark, what he said, forget about those turkeys or something worse will happen.
Looks like our friend the poisoner thinks he can scare us off. Well, he's got another thing coming.
What are you going to do, Mark?
I don't like to be threatened, Cherry. I was interested in this for the sake of Jim Pilgrim before, but now it looks like I have a personal stake in this matter.
Just before Thanksgiving, tragedy befalls Jim Pilgrim. His entire flock of turkeys is ruthlessly poisoned. A refugee, Pilgrim turns to his friend Mark Trail. But as Mark begins to investigate, he receives a mysterious phone call, a threat, and a warning. Now Mark and Jerry Davis have returned to the Pilgrim turkey farm and are going over the grounds very carefully.
This is hard work, Mark. I keep looking and looking, but I don't see anything.
How many times have we gone over this area, Cherry?
Oh, at least a dozen times.
You haven't noticed anything?
No. I guess I'm not a very good detective, Mark.
Well, let's see if we can make one of you. Suppose you follow a few simple rules and see what you find.
All right.
At first, you must ask yourself, how do things look normally? Or how should they look?
Well, since you put it that way, I just remembered something.
Yeah?
When we were over at the big barn where they make up the turkey mash, I noticed a circular carving in one of the support posts.
What about it?
Well, it was fresh. I couldn't imagine Jim Pilgrim doing something like that, or there would have been other carvings.
And what do you know about the man who did the carving?
Well, he couldn't be very tall, because the carving was low. I'd say about 5'6".
Very good. What else?
Well, this may sound silly.
Go on.
Remember those burlap bags that hold the dry mash?
Uh-huh.
Well, several of the bags on top were tied with a different kind of knot than the bags underneath.
A sort of sailor's knot?
Mm-hmm, I think so.
Good for you, Cherry. We'll make a detective out of you yet. Now, let's test our facts. Jim?
Yeah?
Oh, Jim, can we see you for a minute?
You think Mr. Pilgrim can help us, Mark?
Maybe.
What is it, Mark? Have you and Miss Davis found out anything?
Can't say for sure, Jim. Tell me, has there been a short man around here lately? A man who habitually plays with a knife?
Not that I remember.
Then how about a former sailor?
I can't help you there either, Miss Davis.
Oh, what now, Mark?
Oh, you give up too easily, Cherry.
What's this all about, Mark?
Don't know yet, Jim. We have a couple of ideas about what's happened here. For the present, they don't mean anything. Cherry and I are going off and apply another rule of deduction.
A rule of deduction?
Yes. Or, if at first you don't succeed, try again.
Oh, goodness, Mark. Where do you get the energy? We've been to every farm supply store in the county, and I'm almost dead.
Just a few more to go, Cherry. Maybe we'll be lucky in here.
Garver's Farm Supplies.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't sound like a very lucky name.
Let's find out.
What a place. It's like a big barn.
Yeah, and they got plenty of rat poison on hand, too. See over there?
Well, that's what we thought in the last 20 places, Mark.
Well, just about ready to close up. Thought I wouldn't, though, not until I had just one more customer.
Sorry, but we didn't come to buy anything.
Well, that's all right. Always glad to see people. Maybe we can have a chat. Don't get a chance to talk much these days, and I do dearly like to have a good talk with people.
Guess we can talk of that. Just dropped by for some information.
Oh, then let's chat. Archie Garver, that's me. Founded this store. I did. My son runs it now, though.
Mark Trail's my name.
Oh, that's so. Mark Trail. Glad to meet you, I declare.
And this is Miss Cherry Davis.
Well, real pretty girl. Right glad to meet you.
Thank you.
We've been trying to locate a couple of men, Mr. Garver. We hope you can help us.
Well, if I've ever seen them, I'll remember them. What's their names?
I don't know.
Oh, I'd expect me to know them if you don't. What do these fellas look like?
Can't answer that either.
Well, now, just a minute. You think just because I'm an old man, you can come in here and make a joke with me? Well, you don't know Archie Garver.
Believe me, I'm serious, Mr. Garver. It's not a joke.
Then, doggone, how do you expect me to help you?
We think they travel together. So what we know about one will help to identify the other.
Oh, okay. Go on, tell me what you know. Archie Garver's got the best memory around, even if he is only an old man and no good for anything anymore.
We think one of the men is small, about 5'6". He generally carries a knife with him. As for the other man, all we know about him is that he used to be a sailor.
What the doggone if I ain't just the one who knows who those two fellas are.
You do?
Yep. Two of the skunkiest, no good men I ever see.
Oh, who are they?
The one with the knife. That's Stacy King. Carries a pearl-handled knife around his neck on a chain, always whittling on something. They say he killed a man with it once. He's a real bad one, all right. Don't care for nobody.
How about the other man?
No good either. Name Arthur Martin, but everyone calls him Gumbo. Used to be a sailor, all right, but he ain't nothing by himself. Stacy runs him just like a dog. That Stacy's a little Napoleon that way, always running people.
Have you seen them lately?
Well, just the other day, he came in and bought a big pile of rat poison.
Mark.
Must have all the rats in the country out there, place they bought so much poison.
Tell me, where can I find these men?
Well, now, that won't be too hard. See the road out there? There's my son. It's just time, Junior. These two people are asking for some information about Stacy King and his sidekick, Gumbo.
Yeah? What do you want to know, stranger?
Just asking how to get to their place.
You friends of theirs?
No, just business.
Business, huh? Then I don't know how you can get there.
Well, now, Junior, you know darn well how to get there. Just take that side.
Shut up.
But Junior...
I told you to shut up.
Oh, I can see we're not welcome.
No, you're not. I don't know what this old fool's told you, but I think I better tell you he's out of his mind.
Okay. Thanks, just the same. Come on, Jerry.
All right, Mark.
Thanks anyway, Mr. Garver.
It's all right. Goodbye.
Did you tell them anything, you old fool?
No, I didn't tell them nothing.
Stacy King's been one of our best customers for years. You know we don't like his business talked about.
Well, I didn't say anything.
Well, I ain't taking no chances of getting on the wrong side of Stacy. Don't want to lose his business. Maybe I better call him and tell him that somebody was in here looking for him. Did that fella who just left give you his name?
Mark Trail.
Yeah, well, I'll just give Stacy a ring to be on the safe side. Maybe this fella Trail will turn out to be somebody he don't want to see. And Stacy will be thankful to us for looking out for him. Won't hurt us none at all.
Thanks very much for the information, Junior. Huh? Do I know this fella Trail? Well, I do and I don't, if you know what I mean. You just let me take it from there. Yeah. See you around the store soon. Bye.
What's going on, Stacy?
Mark Trail. Found out about us somehow.
Wonder how he done that.
He's a smart one. We knew that before we started. Now the question is, what do we do?
Maybe we should have let that Pilgrim's turkeys alone.
We couldn't. One look at those turkeys of Pilgrims, and the dealers here wouldn't offer us 10 cents a pound for ours.
Yeah, he sure raises a beautiful turkey.
We're looking out for our own interests. That's what we're doing. Besides, he's just a foreigner. I didn't think anybody'd care what happened to him. How was I supposed to know Mark Trail was going to stick his nose in this?
I always say you think of everything.
Now, don't you get smiler,
Okay, put the knife away.
Just one thing to do. We warned that trail to lay off or something worse would happen. Well, we'll scare him off good this time.
What are you going to do?
You let me decide that. I'll figure out something. Something that'll put the fear of the devil into Pilgrim and Mark Trail both. They'll learn they can't fool with Stacy King. Not get away with it.
Sorry, Mark, but I can't help you. I don't doubt you have good reason for the charges against Stacy and Gumbo, but the state police need more evidence than you've presented.
Look, Sergeant Walker, I'm not asking you to arrest these men just to prove I'm a good detective. They're dangerous. They've struck once and they'll strike again.
Sorry, Mark, not enough evidence. Look at it from the legal point of view. You're asking me to take in 2 men on the basis of a carving and a few sailor's knots. Did anybody see these men around Pilgrim's place?
No.
Can you establish their whereabouts at any time?
No.
You can't even establish or prove there was a crime, right?
Right.
Yeah, the case would be thrown out of court.
But look, Walker, all I'm asking...
Oh, just a minute. Hello, State Police. Sergeant Walker speaking. Yeah? Yeah? What? I'll be there as soon as possible. Well, Mark, I guess you've got something after all.
What's happened?
Pilgrim's place is on fire. House, barn, even a stack of newly cut wheat.
It's not an accident, you can believe that.
We've got to get out there right away. Pilgrim's locked himself in his barn. Won't come out.
But you said the barn's on fire.
Yes, but Pilgrim says he's ruined, wiped out, and he doesn't want to live.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get cracking. Take it right up to the barn, Walker.
Right.
Pull up beside those big doors. I'll get out there. Then you can drive the car out of danger.
Now be careful, Mark.
Don't worry.
Okay, you can start getting out of here now.
See you later, Walker.
Take it easy.
Pilgrim! Jim Pilgrim! Where are you? Hey, Jim, answer. It's Mark Trail.
Go away, Mark. Leave me alone.
Jim, you've got to come out. There's not much time.
No, Mark, I'm ruined. Everything's gone up in flame. It's useless.
Don't be a fool. I told you I'd stand behind you.
You, yes, you, and you alone. They don't want me here. They don't want me, Mark. They don't want me because I'm a foreigner.
Oh, you're talking crazy.
No, Mark, it's better to die than not to be wanted.
But you are wanted. You should see what's going on out here. Hundreds of your neighbors all fighting the fire. Everyone for miles around pitching in, getting burned, choking on the smoke, but everybody's fighting the fire.
Mark, you're not just saying that.
Well, come out and see for yourself. Open the doors, Jim.
But it'll just happen all over again.
No, it won't. You've been victimized by a couple of crooks, Jim, and they'll soon be under arrest. Come out now. Come out before it's too late.
All right, Mark. I'll come out. You've convinced me that a man can have a friend. Really have a friend.
Good work, Mark. Pilgrim's been burned a bit, but with a little first aid...
Good as new, eh, Walker?
Yeah. Say, there are a couple of things my men ran across that I want you to take a look at.
Now, let's see them.
First off, this knife. Maybe it fits in with that carving you were telling me about.
Fits in? Why, that's the very knife, Stacy's knife. Carries it around his neck on a chain, or he did.
And we ran across these strips of cotton cloth. What do you make of them?
Oh, looks like strips of shirting. Somebody was burned and tore up a shirt to make bandage.
Well, Mark, if you're right, what we've got here is real evidence.
Oh, can we go get Stacy and Gumbo now?
Say the word.
Then let's go get them. I've got a score to settle for a friend. Walker, the hired hand said we'd find them down here by the barn, but I don't see anybody around at all.
Maybe they decided to pick up and clear out.
No. It's plain now why they poisoned Pilgrim's turkeys. They were in the same business. One look at the birds they raised here tells me everything. They couldn't compete with Pilgrim, so they killed his birds.
Hey, Mark, listen. That noise.
Yes. Sounds like it came from that granary.
Yeah, one of those new steel granaries. Wonder what that noise was.
Sounds like an exhaust of some kind. Hey, wait a minute, I've got it. It's a blowtorch.
A blowtorch?
Sure. All steel granary, blowtorch. Someone's inside there making repairs.
Let's get him.
I'm way ahead of you, Walker.
All right, mister. You can shut that torch off and put up your hand.
Hey, wait a minute. What do you think you're
Put him
doing?
up, I said. Reach.
There, see it, Walker? That bandage on his hand.
Listen, cops and no cops, you guys can't come in here and arrest me without a warrant. You'd better get out of here, and you'd better get going fast before I get a lawyer on you.
We'll go into that later. Are you the man called Gumbo?
What's it to you?
You killed Jim Pilgrim's turkeys and set fire to his house and barns.
You can't prove that.
We can prove a lot more than you think.
Let's finish this argument at police headquarters. You're under arrest, Gumbo. And as soon as we round up your friend Stacy...
Hey, Walker.
What was that?
The door to the granary. It's been shot.
Hey, you thought you two were smart. You thought you was going to take me and Stacy. Well, now the shoe's on your foot. How do you like the way it pinches, eh?
Walker, the door's locked from the outside.
Sure, that was Stacy shut the door. He got you two locked up in here. And you'll never get out. That is, alive. Hear that? Wheat. Wheat pouring down into the granary. Pretty soon it'll cover you up. It'll fill your throat. It'll fall into your eyes. And then you won't even be able to make a sound. Never again.
Very interesting, Gumbo. But how do you get out?
Stacy'll take care of me, don't you worry. Stacy'll have me out of here in no time. And we'll leave you under a ton of wheat.
Trapped in the bottom of a towering, narrow shaft, a huge steel granary, Mark Trail and his friend Sergeant Walker of the state police listen to the steady fall of wheat which threatens them with suffocation. But also trapped is Gumbo, Stacy King's accomplice. As the wheat continues to fall, Gumbo begins to doubt that his pal Stacy will save him.
The wheat's up to your knees now, Gumbo. Still think your pal Stacy's going to get you out of here?
Yeah, sure he is. We're pals. He's got to.
The wheat's getting higher, Gumbo. Only a few minutes left.
For you, but not for me.
You can't move your legs now, can you, Gumbo? And soon...
Shut up!
Soon, it's up to your waist now, Gumbo.
Oh. I don't want to die. You gotta help me.
Help you?
I didn't mean to set fire to Pilgrim's place. That was Stacy's idea, honest it was.
You poisoned Pilgrim's turkeys, too, didn't you?
Well, that was Stacy's idea, too. I didn't have nothing to do with any of this.
You were his accomplice.
All right, but get me out of here. Help me.
No windows, one door, walls, straight up, all steel, 100 feet. How do you expect us to help you?
We can't, Walker. Gumbo, what were you using that blowtorch for?
Just sealing up a seam in the wall.
Maybe it's strong enough to melt down the hinges of the door.
You're right, Mark. Let's get to work. And you, Gumbo, stay put.
Don't worry, I'll fix that Stacy if I get a chance, even if it's only in the courtroom.
Thank heavens you thought about the torch, Mark.
I thought about it the minute Stacy slammed that door. But I knew this rat would start to scream. And I wanted you to hear his full confession before I did anything.
Great going, Mark. She works.
Yeah, so now to get out of here. I got a score to settle with a guy named Stacy King.
Mark, I can't thank you enough for what you've done.
Well, Jim, what little I did was in thanks to you.
To me?
Why do you say that, Mark?
Sherry, if it hadn't been for men and women like Jim here, who came to this country 300 years ago, America wouldn't be the great land that it is. They were pilgrims. That's why you took the name Pilgrim, isn't it, Jim?
Yes, Mark. Because in a way, I am a pilgrim here.
And
a modern pilgrim.
And the Pilgrims founded this country, Jim. They worked together, and they learned to live together as brothers, with mutual respect for each other.
You're right, Mark. And we should give thanks to them for all we have now.
Amen to that, Sherry. And happy Thanksgiving, Jim. A happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Scotty, will you get out of this kitchen?
What's the matter, Jerry?
Oh, that boy, honestly. I'm trying to stuff the turkey for tomorrow night, and he keeps swiping the chestnut.
Oh, is that all?
Mark, you will be here for dinner tomorrow, won't you?
Why, of course. What makes you think I won't?
Oh, you're always being called away at the last minute.
Not this time, Cherry. I'm staying in Lost Forest for a while. I want some peace and quiet.
Let's talk turkey.
Okay, Harlow, gobble away.
Boy, you're sure loaded down.
Thanksgiving shopping, Harlow.
Ah, turkey?
Check.
Cranberries?
Check.
Spark plugs?
Check. What?
Check the spark plugs, Hap. They always have to be in top shape so that your engine will give you smooth and economical performance. And there's no better time than now to have them checked by your nearest Autolite spark plug dealer.
And suppose he finds them as gone as Thursday's turkey, Harlow.
Well, I say give the bird to worn-out spark plugs and replace them with a set of ignition-engineered Autolite spark plugs.
Sounds like a great idea, Harlow. Where do I locate my Autolite spark plug dealer?
Why, Hap, just phone Western Union by number and ask for Operator 25. She'll gladly tell you the location of your nearest Autolite spark plug dealer. And remember, from bumper to tail light, you're always right with Autolite.
Hey, welcome back to Yesterday Today. We're kicking off the Thanksgiving season with some old-time radio, and we're also preparing the studio for the arrival of Sidney's family. Well, namely his mother-in-law.
Should we dust your moose head? Do moose heads need dusting?
No, don't be ridiculous. You don't dust moose heads.
Why not? It's just sitting up there on the wall with everything else. If you dust a picture frame, why don't you dust a moose head?
Well, the dust contributes to the aesthetic of the animal, you know? It gives it an aged antique look. You know, if you let enough dust collect on the moose's fur, it could even look like the snowflakes that fell on it when I killed it on that cold winter night.
Killed it on a cold winter night? You bought the thing in a souvenir store.
Well, I can see you have no imagination.
I try not to. Helps me keep a closed mind.
Right. Well, take your closed mind and open the door, all right?
Sure. Well, our upstairs neighbor Frankie Spork of the Frankie Spork Detective Agency. Hey, Frank, what's up?
Hi there.
Hey, we haven't seen you since our ghost hunting adventure a couple weeks ago. What brings you around here?
Just the usual, I suppose. I'm working on a case. A big case. A very big case.
Sounds big.
Oh, it is. Very big.
Well, can we help you with it?
Well, I'll tell you. This is pretty secretive. We ain't being recorded, are we?
Well, we are, actually. We are. This is, we're recording our show right now.
So people are going to hear whatever I tell you?
Oh, no, trust me. You don't have to worry about anyone listening to this.
Okay, good. You fellows wouldn't happen to know anything about
About what?
About a turkey thief.
A turkey thief?
Not so loud there, friend. Turkey crimes are at their highest this time of year. What with the holidays and all, I've been on the lookout for turkey thieves. I heard some murmurings about one possibly operating in the area. You wouldn't know anything about it, would ya?
What exactly does being a turkey thief entail?
I forgot you guys aren't experienced in the world of crime like I am. Basically, a turkey thief in the most general sense is someone who steals turkeys.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Now, you have your average run-of-the-mill turkey thieves. They sneak over to some farm late at night, a couple weeks before Thanksgiving, and they wait. They wait for the farmer to leave a gate open or a latch unlatched. Then, when the farmer goes to bed, the turkey thief sneaks right to the roost and nabs the turkey from his bed.
Just like that?
Just like that. But it doesn't end there. It doesn't take much before these turkey thieves start getting cocky. They think they're untouchable. That's when they start getting organized. Before you know it, a turkey mob is getting together to heist entire truckloads of turkeys on their way to the slaughterhouse.
Wow, I can see why that would take experience, you know?
Oh, it gets worse. The last few years, white-collar turkey crime has grown.
White collar?
Sure. Some well-to-do businessman goes into his local grocer's, picking up things for his Thanksgiving dinner. He saunters over to the frozen food section and sticks a turkey in his shopping cart. He sees the long line in the checkout lane at the front of the store, this being the holidays and all, of course, and he heads over to the self-checkout machine. Line is much shorter there, you see. Now this guy, he's done things the right way his whole life. He'd never bumped the system. Oh, no, of course not. But then, standing there in self-checkout, he sees his chance. Something snaps in him, and before anyone's the wiser, he just scanned that frozen turkey on the register and told the machine it was a cantaloupe. Whammo! The wise guy just paid a fraction of the price for it. Oh, it makes me sick. How anyone could just throw their life away like that to try to save a few bucks is beyond me.
Wow, we had no idea turkey crime was so prevalent.
Well, you do wise to remember it. So if you do see any turkey thieves operating in the general area, please drop a hint my way.
Will do, Frank. I promise.
Good. Well, now I'm off to the diner for lunch.
What are you getting?
Same thing I always get for lunch. Black coffee and a ham sandwich.
Hey, why don't you try the turkey sandwich?
I have tried their turkey sandwich, and that, my friend, is a whole different kind of turkey crime. I'll be seeing ya.
Well, now that we have a clearer picture of the criminal underworld of Thanksgiving, on to the second half of our show, Jack Benny.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's 4 days before Thanksgiving, and this year, as every year, Jack Benny will entertain his friends on the holiday. So yesterday, Jack and Mary went shopping, and we picked them up now in a local market.
Well, folks, what'll it be? I'm giving a Thanksgiving dinner, and I'd like enough turkey for, let's see, there's me, Mary, Phil, Alice, Dennis, Mr. Billingsley, Mark Hellinger, the Warner brothers, and my laundry man. I'd like enough turkey for 9.
Jack, didn't you invite Don Wilson?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Make that enough for 15. Is that'll do it.
Oh, Jack, Don doesn't eat so much.
He doesn't, eh? Remember last time I threw a big party?
Yeah.
Well, Don ate more than he chipped in for. Don't, tell me. Huh?
Look, folks, there are other people waiting, so let's get on with the transaction.
Oh, yes, of course.
Now, here's a nice turkey, all dressed and everything. 55 cents.
Well, I fully expected to pay that much.
A pound.
Yes, a pound?
That's right. And this turkey weighs 21 pounds. And you'll need at least 21 pounds to feed 15 people.
55 cents a pound. That's a pretty big turkey, and I don't want any left over. How about that one over there?
That's a pigeon.
Oh. Oh. Well, then I'll take that other one, that live one right there.
I'm sorry, I'm not selling my canary.
A canary? Well, anyway, that wouldn't be enough for 15 people, would it?
Not unless you just wanted to entertain.
He's got his violin for that.
Yeah. Gee, Mary, look at those turkeys laying there so cold and still. Just think, a few days ago they were happy, carefree, and gay. And now they're 55 cents a pound. I mean, now they're dead. Say, Butcher, how old were these turkeys when they were killed?
Oh, about 8 months.
Didn't even have a chance to know life. I feel terrible.
You'd feel a lot worse if they were 70 cents a pound.
I suppose so. But, Mary, when I see that turkey laying there like that, I can't help but think of its mother. How lonesome she must be.
Don't worry, Bud. That's her right next to her.
Oh.
I wish you'd hurry, mister. I've got all these people waiting.
Pardon me. Oh, Tommy, will you please giving me a little service?
Oh, it's Mrs. Greenberg. What can I do for you, Suzette?
Go ahead, Butcher. You can wait on her. I'm trying to make up my mind between these two turkeys.
I'll lay 8 to 5 on the pigeon.
Never mind.
Tell me, Tommy, how much weighs by you the turkeys?
They weigh from 18 to 22 pounds.
22 pounds. You call this a turkey?
Well, that's the average size.
Listen, Tommy. Last Thanksgiving, I had a turkey that weighed 86 pounds. I weighed them myself.
86 pounds?
Yes. And on the other side of the card, it said you will meet a tall, dark man.
86 pounds? My, that must have been a humdinger.
I'm not talking to you.
Oh, pardon me.
Mrs. Greenberg, how about taking 2 of these turkeys?
How much are they?
55 cents a pound.
I'm not asking you.
Oh, excuse me.
All right, Tommy. Give me this one here, and I'll pick it up later. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mrs. Greenberg.
Goodbye.
All right, goodbye. Social climber.
What's she mad at?
Well, Jack, I guess that'll teach you to mind your own.
I'm not talking to you. Say, Butcher, I've been thinking it over. Instead of taking one of these dressed turkeys, I'll buy a live one. How much is it?
$8. Are you going to take it with you?
Yes.
That'll be 20 cents extra for the leash.
Oh, I often wondered how they got them home. Now, let's see, what else do I want? Oh, yes, for dinner tonight. Say, Butcher, have you got a nice, thick, juicy T-bone steak?
What was that?
I said a nice T-bone steak.
Well, who's next?
Listen, Butcher, you don't have to go into convulsions just because
All right, folks, get your tickets here for the 40-cent tour through the refrigerator. Come one, come all. Hurry, hurry, hurry.
40-cent tour through the refrigerator.
Yes, sir. It used to be 45, but the OPA put a ceiling on it.
Very funny.
Oh, thank you, sir. Now, hurry, hurry, hurry. On this outstanding excursion, you will see rib steaks, rump steaks, hip steaks, T-bone, sirloin, tenderloin, and porterhouse. The 7 wonders of the world!
Come on, Jack, let's take the tour.
Oh, don't be silly, Mary. You've seen steaks before. I showed you some last night when you came over to my house.
Oh, you and your etchings.
They weren't etchings.
All right, folks, all of you going on this tour, please form a line to the left.
Oh, come on, Jack, be a sport. Buy 2 tickets.
All right, all right.
Okay, folks, line up in front of this refrigerator door. Now, quiet, everybody. Yeah, who is it? It's okay, Joe. You can open up.
Gosh, it's chilly in this refrigerator.
Yeah, it sure is.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you will look to the right, you will see one of our feature attractions, none other than a 7-rib roast.
Wow. Oh. Gee, Mary, it is beautiful. I wonder if I could just...
Don't linger with your finger.
I just wanted to see if it was tender.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a 7-rib roast. Not 5, not 6, but 7. I'll count them for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh-oh. Hey, Joe, lock the doors.
Okay. Hey, Eddie, bolt the windows.
Okay. Hey, Tom, sound the alarm.
Okay. Hey, Sam!
All right, stop with that. Nobody stole anything. Come on, Mary, let's pick up our turkey and go home. Well, we're almost home, Mary.
Yeah.
Isn't she cute? Say, Mary, do you think it's all right to take the turkey in the house?
Why not? She's going to be your guest for Thanksgiving.
What?
She can sit between the cranberry sauce and the mashed potatoes.
Oh, stop.
Look, Jack, here comes your crazy boarder, Mr. Billingsley.
Mary, he's not crazy. He's just a little eccentric, that's all. Now be nice to him. His rent's due tomorrow. Hello, Mr. Billingsley.
Hello, folks. Out for a stroll, I see.
Well, we're not exactly taking a stroll.
Why, Mr. Benny, I didn't know you had a little one.
Mr. Benny's little one happens to be a turkey.
You may be surprised, but I'm not.
Look, Mr. Billingsley, I'm trying to tell you that we bought this at a store.
Oh, come now, Mr. Benny. I'm old enough.
Oh, brother.
Look, Mr. Billingsley, we're in a hurry.
So am I. I have to go to the barber shop. Or was I there? Isn't that funny? I don't know whether I'm coming or going.
Well, you can say that again.
Oh, can I? All right. I don't know whether I'm coming or going. Well, I must run along now. Goodbye, Mr. Benny.
Goodbye.
I believe you would, you rascal.
Well, that I know isn't in there. Well, let's go, Mary.
You know, Jack, I don't see how you can stand having a guy like that around the house.
Mr. Billingsley, oh, he's all right. He gets his own meals, makes his own bed, and every morning he gets up at 6 o'clock and takes my dog for a walk.
But, Jack, you haven't got a dog.
Well, for heaven's sake, don't tell Billingsley. It'll break his heart. Well, here we are. Come on, Mary. We'll put the turkey in the kitchen. Oh, hello, Rochester.
Hello, boss. Hello, Miss Livingston. Well, and hello, you.
Now, let's see. Where can we put the turkey? Rochester, what are you doing to that turkey?
I'm only petting her, boss.
Petting her? You got your fingers around her neck.
What are you worried about? I ain't hurting the part you get.
The way some people treat turkeys. Come here, you poor thing. There. See how she looks at me with those trusting eyes? Gee, how can anyone kill it?
Oh, Jack, don't be a hypocrite.
I'm not a hypocrite. I just can't bear the thought of anyone killing a poor, defenseless turkey.
Go on. Last year you killed one yourself.
Mary, I ran over that turkey with my car. It was an accident.
Accident? You turned off the road and chased her halfway up a mountain. If she hadn't stopped to lay an egg, she'd have lived to hatch it.
What are you talking about?
You're right, Miss Livingston. Then he put the car in reverse and got 2 more birds.
What?
I ought to know. I was the tail gunner.
Rochester.
That's the first time I ever had white meat with Firestone written on it.
Now cut that out and let's drop the whole thing. I'll get her, Rochester. There's somebody at the door. You go out and feed the turkey. Oh, hello, Dennis.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
What are you doing around this way, kid?
I came to see you about something important.
Oh, yes? What is it?
Well, it's about me.
All right, Dennis. All right, what is it?
Well,
what?
Well, my mother told me to tell you,
Your mother told you to tell me what?
You've been giving me the same salary for 3 years, and every year you promise me a raise, and my mother thinks I ought to get one, and I do too, so there!
Dennis, come back here. Where'd he go?
He thought he ran outside, but he went into the closet.
What a kid. Dennis, come here.
Gee, it's crowded out there.
Those are my suits. Now, Dennis, if you want a raise in salary, don't act so flustered. Just ask me like a man. What are you afraid of? Just come over to me and say, Mr. Benny, I'd like a raise in salary.
Well, Dennis, I'd like to give you a raise, kid, but right now I can't afford it.
Huh?
I'm sorry, things are a little tough now, but buck up, kid. Stick to me and you'll go places.
Dennis! Dennis, where'd you learn that?
Mr. Benny put it on a record and sent it to me for my birthday.
Dennis, we'll talk about your salary right after Thanksgiving.
Okay. Goodbye, Miss Livingston.
Goodbye, Dennis.
Goodbye, kid. Dennis, that's the closet.
Oh.
Here's the front door. There.
Gee, Mr. Benny, no wonder you're the star.
Yes, Dennis. I've been a big hit for years, just opening doors. Goodbye, kid. I wonder when he'll grow up.
Well, Jack, I think I'll go home, too. I'll have to clean up the house.
Clean up your house? You've got a maid.
I know, but I don't want to lose her.
Oh, yeah. Good night, Mary.
Good night.
Oh, Rochester.
Yes, sir.
I'm ready to go upstairs to bed.
I'm tired, boss. Would you mind walking up tonight?
Okay, but don't let it happen too often. Oh, Rochester, what did you do with the turkey? Did you put her where she won't be cold?
Yes, sir, boss.
Good.
I put her in the oven.
The oven? What'd you put her there for?
I don't want her to get stage fright on Thanksgiving.
Well, take her out of there and put her on the back porch.
Okay.
Bad enough that we have to kill her in a few days. The least we can do is see that she's comfortable. Gee, I hate to think of killing that poor old turkey. Oh, boy, am I tired. I'm so tired I can't even hang up my clothes. Oh, well. I'm not so fat. It'll feel good to get these shoes off. Oh, darn it. I always forget. Thanksgiving's here again. Years roll on for everybody but the turkeys.
Hello. Hello, my fine feathered friend. Say, you're nice and plump, aren't you?
Who, me?
Yes, you. You're going to make somebody happy on Thanksgiving.
What?
And you'll bring me a nice price on the market. 55 cents a pound.
What am I doing here in this coop? I'm not a turkey. I gotta get out of here. Let me out of here. Let me out of this coop. Oh, I'm not in a coop. I'm in my own house. Oh, Rochester, Rochester.
What are you doing in here, Turkey? I thought I put you out on the back porch.
Turkey? Rochester, I'm not a turkey. And stop staring at me like that.
Come here, Turkey. Come over here to me.
Rochester, put down that knife and fork. Is that a napkin you're wearing?
It ain't a sarong.
Rochester, what's the matter with you?
Say, Butcher.
Hello, Suzette.
How much weighs by you this turkey?
Gobble, 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 gobble.
I'm not talking to you.
Oh, pardon me.
All right, folks, get your tickets here for the 40-cent tour through the Gravy Bowl. Come on, come on. Hurry, hurry, hurry.
Come on, Jack, let's go. 2 tickets, please.
You only need one, lady. Turkeys get in free.
Now, wait a minute. This is going far enough. I'm not a turkey. I'll prove I'm not. Mrs. Greenberg.
I'm not talking to you.
Butcher, you know I'm not a turkey, don't you? What's the matter with you people? Mary, tell him I'm not a turkey. Tell him for cranberry sauce. Tell him.
Of course you're not a turkey. What's the matter with you people? Look at his webbed feet.
Well, I've had enough. I'm getting out of here.
You're a turkey, you're a turkey, you're a turkey.
Who's a turkey?
You're a turkey, you're a turkey, you're a turkey.
I'm a turkey?
Bromo salsa, bromo salsa, bromo salsa, bromo salsa.
Oh, boy! Train leaving on track 12 for Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt, Arabia.
Oh, boy, I'm going to get on that train, get away from all of this.
And Turkey.
What? Well, that did it. I'm going to prove once and for all who I am.
Hello, Mr. Benny. You're a little unhappy, I see.
Mr. Billingsley. Mr. Billingsley.
Yes?
Tell me, am I a turkey or Jack Benny?
You haven't left yourself much choice, have you?
This is the end. I'm not taking any more from anybody. The next one that tells me I'm a turkey is going to get a punch in the mouth. That's what I'll do. I'll punch him right in the mouth.
Hello, Jack.
Never mind that Jack stuff. I know what you're thinking, Don Wilson. Go ahead and say it. Just say it.
Of course I'll say it. Grapenuts flakes are toasty brown, toasty brown.
Stop
toasty
stalling,
brown,
Wilson.
Sweet as a nut and toasty
You know what I
brown,
mean.
toasty
Come on,
brown,
say it.
Toasty brown, malty rich and
Don't
toasty
play around
brown,
with me,
toasty
Don Wilson.
brown,
You came here to
toasty
tell me
brown.
one
Grapenuts
thing.
flakes are thrifty
Now, you
buy,
say
thrifty
it.
buy, thrifty
You
buy.
say it or I'll punch you right in the mouth.
Grapenuts flakes.
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 Right in the mouth. Now get out. Get out of here, everybody. Get out. Get out.
Boss, wake up.
Go away. Go away.
Boss, wake up. You've been dreaming.
Huh? Huh? What?
You've been dreaming.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness, what a dream I had. What a terrible nightmare.
It must have been, boss. Your feathers are all over the floor.
My feathers?
You tore your pillow apart.
Oh. I know what you meant for a minute there. Well, I'm all right now, Rochester. Nearly time to get up anyway.
Almost. Say, Mr. Benny, what's all that money doing on the floor?
Oh, that's some change that dropped out of my shoe. So long, Rochester. So long.
So long, boss. What a man. He's got shoes that jingle, jangle, jingle.
Wouldn't this be a good time for you and your guests to have Coca-Cola, too?
Yes, and Coca-Cola is so delicious, so refreshing, so tempting to any guest when you bring out those familiar bottles with tiny beads of moisture running down their frosty sides, assuring you that the Coke inside is really ice cold. And the good, the gracious, the friendly homes of America are always prepared for hospitality, not only on Thanksgiving Day, but every day, all the year around, no matter who comes to call or who happens to drop in. And one of the easiest, simplest, and surest ways in the world to be prepared for hospitality is to have plenty of Coca-Cola in your refrigerator, ice cold and ready to serve all the time. It's a wonderful way to say to folks, so glad you came. Welcome anytime.
Hey, welcome back to Yesterday Today. We're wrapping up our first Thanksgiving episode as we finish cleaning up the studio in anticipation of the arrival of Sydney's mother-in-law.
Yeah, I didn't think the studio needed all that much cleaning, but it sure was eye-opening finding out our carpet was brown instead of dark gray.
Yeah, we gotta tell Sydney to run a vacuum in here once in a while.
Yeah, wait a second, he's our janitor. Why are we having to clean up the studio unless he's not doing his job?
Hey, don't look at me. I was wondering that myself, but... Anyway, the important thing is we were able to help out a friend, right? Right. Yeah.
I suppose so.
Oh, I'm getting another call from Sydney. He's probably heading over here with Maisie's mom. Hello?
Oh, hey, Jake. I just got done waiting at the train station for over an hour.
Well, are you guys heading over here?
Well, see, it turns out I was right the first time. Maisie's mom isn't getting here until next week after all.
But you said that she said that her train was coming in today.
Oh, she did. Turns out it was a little gag of hers.
A little gag?
Yeah. She said she knew I was gonna screw up trying to get everything ready for her to stay here, so she gave me a practice run by telling me she was coming a week early. Get it out of my system, you know?
Sydney, that's terrible. I
know. I thought it was actually pretty considerate of her, honestly. Anyway, thanks for helping clean up the studio. Same time next week. Bye.
Yeah. I get the feeling the Snorthoff family is going to have a very interesting Thanksgiving this year.
I was just thinking that myself. Well, if you want more Yesterday Today, visit KISU.org or wherever you get your thankful, grateful Thanksgiving podcasts.
Thanksgiving, now I'm living. Life is one sweet song. Boy, howdy, skies just can't be cloudy since love came along. Sweet sunshine smiles at me. Every day's a jubilee. Oh, Thanksgiving, boy, I'm